I like it when a flower or a little tuft of grass grows through a crack in the concrete. It's so fucking heroic. If you try to fail and succeed, which have you done? Some people see things that are and ask, why? Some people dream of things that never were and ask, why not? Some people have to go to work and don't have time for all that. I don't have pet peeves. I have major psychotic fucking hatreds. Some people see the glass half full. Others see it half empty. I see a glass that's twice as big as it needs to be. How come when it's us, it's an abortion, and when it's a chicken, it's an omelette? Laugh often, long and loud. Laugh until you gasp for breath. Life gets really simple once you cut out all the bullshit they teach you in school. The caterpillar does all the work, but the butterfly gets all the publicity. People who see life as anything more than pure entertainment are missing the point. Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. Don't just teach your children to read. Teach them to question what they read. Teach them to question everything. People who say they don't care what people think are usually desperate to have people think they don't care what people think. There's a humorous side to every situation. The challenge is to find it. What if there were no hypothetical questions? The planet is fine. The people are fucked. Here's all you have to know about men and women. Women are crazy, men are stupid. And the main reason women are crazy is that men are stupid. Fighting for peace is like screwing for virginity. Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. Men are from Earth. Women are from Earth. Deal with it. Think of how stupid the average person is and realize half of them are stupider than that. Never argue with an idiot. They will only bring you down to their level and beat you with experience. That's why they call it the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it. Religion is like a pair of shoes. Find one that fits for you, but don't make me wear your shoes. He. And if there is a God, I am convinced he is a he, because no woman could or would ever fuck things up this badly. I do this real moron thing, and it's called thinking. And apparently, I'm not a very good American because I like to form my own opinions. I'm completely in favor of the separation of church and state. These two institutions screw us up enough on their own, so both of them together is certain death. If it's true that our species is alone in the universe, then I'd have to say the universe aimed rather low and settled for very little. If there is a God, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. Atheism is a non-profit organization. I have as much authority as the Pope. I just don't have as many people who believe it. In America, anyone can become president. That's the problem. I would never want to be a member of a group whose symbol was a man nailed to 2 pieces of wood. Governments don't want a population capable of critical thinking. They want obedient workers, people just smart enough to run the machines and just dumb enough to passively accept their situation. How can he be perfect? Everything he ever makes dies. The Christians gave him Sunday. The Jews gave him Saturday, and the Muslims gave him Friday. God has a 3-day weekend. The real reason that we can't have the 10 Commandments in a courthouse: you cannot post, "Thou shalt not steal," "Thou shalt not commit adultery," and "Thou shalt not lie" in a building full of lawyers, judges, and politicians. It creates a hostile work environment. The reason I talk to myself is because I'm the only one whose answers I accept. May the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. The main reason Santa is so jolly is because he knows where all the bad girls live. Scratch any cynic, and you will find a disappointed idealist. I think the warning labels on alcoholic beverages are too bland. They should be more vivid. Here is one I would suggest. Alcohol will turn you into the same asshole your father was. How is it possible to have a civil war? Ever wonder about those people who spend $2 a piece on those little bottles of Evian water? Try spelling Evian backward. I am is reportedly the shortest sentence in the English language. Could it be that I do is the longest sentence? If the black box flight recorder is never damaged during a plane crash, why isn't the whole airplane made out of that stuff? Meow means wolf in cat. When you're born, you get a ticket to the freak show. When you're born in America, you get a front row seat. Isn't making a smoking section in a restaurant like making a peeing section in a swimming pool? Most people work just hard enough not to get fired and get paid just enough money not to quit. I went to a bookstore and asked the saleswoman, "Where's the self-help section?" She said if she told me, it would defeat the purpose. Inside every cynical person, there is a disappointed idealist. Have you ever noticed that anybody driving slower than you is an idiot, and anyone going faster than you is a maniac? We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, not life to years. Here's a bumper sticker I'd like to see. We are the proud parents of a child whose self-esteem is sufficient that he doesn't need us promoting his minor scholastic achievements on the back of our car. Well, if crime fighters fight crime and firefighters fight fires, what do freedom fighters fight? Some national parks have long waiting lists for camping reservations. When you have to wait a year to sleep next to a tree, something is wrong. I think it would be interesting if old people got anti-Alzheimer's disease where they slowly began to recover other people's lost memories. When fascism comes to America, it will not be in brown and black shirts. It will not be with jackboots. It will be Nike sneakers and smiley shirts. I bet you anything that 10 times out of 10, Nikki, Vinny, and Tony will beat the shit out of Todd, Kyle, and Tucker. I don't like ass-kissers, flag wavers, or team players. I like people who buck the system. Individualists. I often warn people, somewhere along the way, someone is going to tell you. There is no I in team. What you should tell them is, maybe not. But there is an I in independence, individuality, and integrity. Avoid teams at all costs. Keep your circle small. Never join a group that has a name. If they say, "We're the so-and-sos," take a walk. And if somehow you must join, if it's unavoidable, such as a union or a trade association, go ahead and join. But don't participate. It will be your death. And if they tell you you're not a team player, congratulate them on being observant.